Hi Aries, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your November 2025 messages, and it's going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm first going to start off with some astrological notes. We have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, and that's going to be, it already started in October. So it'll be October 22nd all the way through December 10th. And so what that means is this is the time where illusions are going to need to be resolved. Truths are going to have to be confronted. And also this is a period of clarity coming in. On top of all that, we have Mercury retrograde. So that starts November 9th. And that goes all the way through the end of the month. So that will be right around November 29th. And so remember, 2 weeks before and after, so you should already be feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde. But just wanted to make note of that. So without further ado, let's get into these messages here. We're going to first start with our Kipper message. And we have coffin, pathway, and occupation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of my Aries messages have been so like career focused. But anyway, just from what I remember. With this coffin, pathway, and occupation like coming out in that order, what I'm getting is an old endeavor or project no longer being a thing, and now you're stepping into something else. Here's the thing though, we don't want to start any new projects just yet with Neptune in retrograde. You want to basically close a couple things out first. So if we could kind of recap and reiterate here, that old thing is ending, and so we are working on that closure happening in November, and starting that something new in the winter months. So it almost feels like New Year's resolution energy. Like in the middle of winter is when things start to really blossom. Although, right, you think blossoming in springtime. But what I'm getting is the winter is the months you will thrive the most in. And this is more of a creative pursuit. It feels a little entrepreneurial. If that doesn't necessarily resonate with you, just know that you're ending something or ending things with someone and starting something new. So does that mean I'm saying you're going to be breaking up with somebody? That's not what I'm saying. This could easily be like, if you know you're in a happy, committed, great relationship, then what I mean by that is you're ending that like boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend stage. And you might be segueing into the fiance stage or the spouse stage, and maybe moving in together. Like you're taking an old chapter and closing it. Now, if you know that you're not doing well in your relationship and you're hearing this might be the latter. This might be all of the hard work that you put in for the past 2 years or so. And this goes with any message that I'm saying. It feels more like it's just like a span over time that got you where you are right now, and something brand new in the works for you. Something that feels good. It's just a better space, either physically, mentally, or both. And it just feels, in general, it feels good. But because you're going through all of this, like, I want to say like unknown, it doesn't feel good. But this is just to tell you that this is like all intentional right now, because also something to focus on with this, especially with the Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, is emotional healing. And so for your oracle message, you have decrease. And decrease, if you can see here, this person has this water and, you know, there's this desert behind them. And it's like you have something, in this case, they have water in their hands and it's slipping through their grasp. And this is like something valuable. This is something precious. This is something that you need. I say, you feel like you need it to survive. So again, this is like, you know, essentially to maintain your lifestyle and your expenses, right? You need a job. You need those things essentially to survive. Now, obviously, you know, there's a bit of stretch there, right? Because you don't necessarily need those things, but as a human, we all need those things. What do I mean by need? What I mean is you could always lean on someone else if you didn't have, let's say, a job. You could lean on someone else, let's say, if you're going through an emotional period in your life. And so, again, focusing on the emotional healing. And it doesn't have to be love, right? This could be, anything could really take you and challenge you and cause you anxiety, stress, happidness, anger, all of those emotional healing. So just think broadly when I say things like that, and really try to think about what type of emotional healing you might be needing right now. And it's a perfect time during Mercury retrograde, which is happening pretty much simultaneous to this Neptune in retrograde, because it's revisiting that feeling, revisiting those moments, and ultimately closing those things out in order to move forward and start that new project. For your tarot messages here, this is the page of, the page of Swords in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse, and we have Well in reverse. So this Well is specific to this deck, and I'm trying to remember the name of this deck, and at this moment I'm blanking. And I don't see my box in front of me, but anyway, some tarot decks have like this extra card in there, and it's unique to the creator of the deck, and it's this Well card here. But we'll get into it. This is similar to what we were talking about with these blockages. Something not being able to come in just yet. And it could be whatever that new project is. So what this tells me is, if you think that whatever this thing you're working on, like it's done and it's like ready, and you're like, well, there's nothing else I could do. Like, what do you mean? You're being asked to look at it again, because there's a couple of flaws in the plan. Make sure you're not rushing through is what I'm also getting. With the Lovers in reverse, it's not that it's not coming to you, it's just not time right now. So just make peace with that. It's kind of like when things get really like the quiet before the storm, but I don't want that to scare you. And like, oh, the quiet before the storm means things are going to get crazy. No, it just means that the quiet before the storm is you're just walking and you're coasting through, because once the storm comes, it's going to be go time. And you have to take this slowdown as this slowdown being intentional for you to actually succeed. It's like, I'm getting like a resting period, right? I just saw somebody like laying in a bed. So you may have been planning this through exhaustion, sleepless nights, trying to figure this out, all the things. But when you get a restful night's sleep, when you really sit and think about it, that's where you succeed. Not when you're thriving in chaos, which thriving in chaos is probably similar to what happens with Aries. It's go time. Everything is like go, go, go. It's like the flame that never burns out, but burnout is a very real thing. And so focusing in on taking advantage of this time right now that's quiet, taking advantage of things just being a little too even keel. But try not to tell yourself this is too good to be true. Just get comfortable in the moment, but it's not gonna last. Like this period is not gonna last. It just feels very temporary, and it will come together soon. So I just felt the need to say it will come together soon. With the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I feel like, again, this is caution with the burnout, with this Five of Cups. Caution with the burnout. You're obviously working very hard to get to where you want to be. But right now is not the time to make major decisions. Right now, it's just the time to just be. Think about it. And I want to say, like, prolong things as much as you can. And don't think I mean like procrastinate. It means, how long can you really drag this out? Really think about how it is that you want to do this. So let's say you go back and revisit whatever it is that you're thinking about. And before you make that final decision, first of all, do not make that decision in November if you can help it. Try not to, because it won't be good. You'll be starting something during an astrological season that's asking you not to. And really, don't work against this energy. You want to work with it. So work on properly closing things out before you move forward. So if this is about a relationship, maybe you have one that's kind of like dissolving. Don't start that new one just yet. Just don't. Just trust me. I don't know. Listen to another reader's message, and hopefully you'll find some similarities here. I don't even know why I said that, but just do it if you can. And again, if this is about deciding on taking your relationship to the next step, again, think about that. And this is not to say that you're hesitating about the person. This is just to say that you need to think about it. How fast are we moving here? So again, intentional slowdown. Try not to make decisions. Try to close things out properly, right? Try to finish a task. This is not about quitting your job on a dime. This is about applying, taking your time, making sure you're ready. Making sure you're ready. I keep hearing it now on a loop in my head. Making sure you're ready. So again, just revisit something that you think is ready or you think is final, and you might find that you missed something or you skipped something. Your final messages here are, if you believe, and your fairy message, it says, make time. Leave room in your life for fairies to dance. What does that mean? Have fun. Have fun in the meantime. Just do you. Be your authentic, beautiful self. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time. Bye.